So, hello, good evening, everyone. As we mentioned yesterday, today we are going to learn how to use investing.com. So, this is the primarily site I use for doing the chart analysis. Uh, and you or one can use other sites like TradingView or some of the chart available in your trading accounts as well. However, I find this site, I personally find this site more useful than other site, hence I am using it. So let's start. Uh, so what, I mean, I have already shared the link of this site. Otherwise, you can go to the Google and type investing.com. And by default, if you don't have an account on this site so far, it will open up home page something like this. Okay, and depending on, this site has a lot of other ads and many other things. So the look and feel or the content of the home page may keep on varying depending on the news and other ads, etc. So so if you look at the top here, there are two options: sign in or a free sign up. So sign in means once you have already a account with this site, you can choose an option sign in. If you don't have an account, you can click on free sign up. Okay, and before that, because we primarily using the chart from India, so if you look at the little right hand side, you may find a default flag sign. This is a US flag, and you can collect check sorry click on this icon. Okay, looks like a site is a bit slow, so it is taking a time. So here is that you can see the drop down, and there you can select India, English India. Okay, and after that you can click on pre sign up. And don't worry about the selection of the flag. After doing the sign up also, you should able to change the country as well. Okay, so I'm just clicking on pre-sign up. So looks like today's there is some network issue. It rained here in Hyderabad some time back. It was for 20 minutes or so. So weather is better than yesterday, and not so because of some issue. My internet got impacted today. So can you please confirm by typing into the message box you can hear me loud and clear and able to see my screen so that I can be sure that yes, things are going well. Please leave your response in the chat box, or maybe you can unmute yourself and confirm me. Okay, great, great. It looks like there is some network issue. So just can you allow me for a minute? Let me check my network setting, and I will be back in a minute or so. Hey, hello everyone. Sorry, there was some network issue. So yeah, so I was mentioning that there is an option here. You can see the US flag. So either you can change this flag to English India this point of time, or even you can do the setting change after signing up as well. So once you change the flag setting or your location, or again, somebody from logging from other place also, depending on your location from where you are logging in. US, UK, India, or any other location in the world. Depending on your country location, you can select the flag. Because as of now, most of the joiners are from India, and hence I'm selecting the India. I do know that okay, there are some people who are joining from Australia, Uganda, Netherlands, and I think there are few people who are joining from some other countries in Europe as well. So depending on your country location, you can change the location. Okay, and then you can hit on sign sign up. So once you click on sign up, it will ask a few details. So I mean, if you have already logged in the Chrome, for example, I have already logged in my Chrome with my Gmail ID. I can select the default one. I can continue, or you can also sign in with your Facebook account. If none of them, I mean, you have, so you can do provide the manual your full name, use sorry, first name, surname, email ID, and password, and do the sign up with your email. So once you do that, their account will be created. It may trigger an email to your Gmail or the email ID that you have provided, and from there you need to provide the confirmation. And once you have done your confirmation, you can again come back to this site and do the sign in. So because I have already linked this site with my Gmail, so I will say that okay, continue with the Google. Once I will do that, it will take my default Gmail ID, which I have already registered with, and it will land something on this page. So if you see on this page again, there are many other options, articles, other details. But for analysis purpose, our main focus is here. If you look at here, it is mentioned here live chart. So we need to select this option, live charts. And if you click on the live chart, it will open open up the window where you can able to see the live chart. So sometime it takes a few seconds to load this place. And if you see this middle a little below, okay, so there will be a live chart option. And in the middle of this chart, if you see this four arrow, if you click on that, it will display the chart in full screen mode. So I clicked on that. So this is how you can land up in the chart window. And once you land up here, by default, it takes a USD INR, and that is a default one. I mean, no matter who opened the chart, I believe from any location. I was in Australia, and when I was using there, it is again taking the same location. Maybe I'm not sure if somebody is logging from any other location in the world, it will take to some other place. But by default, it will be a USD INR chart will be visible. In the at the right hand side, if you see, there are some default stocks already listed here, and again it will be depend on the the market from your country. So because I have logged in with the India location, and that is why here some default stocks of India location or the Indian market, I can say, is listed here. Okay, so that is one way to add. This is the list. You can add or delete more charts depending on your need. Uh, Otherwise, you can even maximize this place by just clicking. So if you if you look at here in the middle of this divider, there is a very small triangular icon. If you click on this one, it will even make your window bigger, and you'll get a full window view to look at your charts. Okay, I will just take a pause here for a minute in case anyone has any question or any confusion. Uh, Please feel free to ask.
Sachin,
Sorry, I have muted everyone just to avoid the disturbance. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Sachin, I'm trying to log in from my system and have not been able to. It says the host will let you in, but I'm not able to join from my laptop. I'm
Or
on
is
my
it
phone.
1 second? Okay. So looks like there is a some issue in my um meeting, Webex meeting, and every time I think it is asking to admit people manually. I have admitted everyone. Um,
Okay,
okay, and
I just got in. I just was able to get in now.
okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. I think I did some mistake while scheduling the meeting, or maybe Zoom is trying to trick me somewhere. So either one of the possibility will be there.
No,
But
no, no
anyway, I
problem.
mean, if it is my manual fault, I'm sorry for that.
No, no, this is fine, Sachin. I am looking at my charts and it is showing me USD and Euro. It is not showing me USD and INR.
No worries. That doesn't matter. I mean, this is a default one, and we can select whatever we want. So
Okay.
okay, so here, I mean, once we know, we can select. We can type here. For example, if you wanted to know, maybe for example, Wipro. Okay, so you can just type here Wipro, and
Okay.
with the name Wipro, all whatever the companies are there in the Indian market, it will
Mm,
display here. Okay, and not only the Indian market, I think by default it will search. You can able to search any stock in the world.
okay.
Okay, so right now I'm interested in the Wipro technology. That is a Wipro Limited here, and I can select Wipro. So here, if you look at the Wipro Limited, there are two listing here. Okay, why? Because uh, primarily we have for the equity, we have a two exchange, that is BSC and NSC, that is a National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange. So you
Right.
can select any one. However, I prefer using NSC because NSC has more volume as compared to BSC. And when we okay, for their investment purpose, it doesn't matter. You can choose anyone, either NSC or BSC. Okay, the price wise also the any equity has always has the almost the same price. Sometime there will be a some difference of few paisa. I mean that is the possibility, but not all. Otherwise, the stock the stock price will be same in both the market. But as I said, NS and however, if anyone is doing the trading, okay, considering futures option, so those kind of things. So the volume used to be more, and even this, I mean, a normal um, equity shares purchase and selling also. The in NSC market there used to be a more value. Okay, so that is the reason primarily I use NSC charts. So here I clicked on NSC, and by
So,
default,
Sachin, one second. One question.
I think if you are using a two devices, you can close one of them or maybe put other one on mute. Yes, you can put. Okay, so okay, what I can do? Let me take you through the whatever I want to share. Most there is a high possibility that what are the question that you are going to ask, I may able to answer. So let me complete and maybe keep your question posted in the chat group or maybe note it down to your notepad, and I will try to answer all your question one by one. Uh, if
I just
you allow.
one small thing.
Sorry, I needed to mute you all to avoid the disturbance for other. So if you have any burning question, please unmute your one device and ask your question. Uh, okay, so for the trading purpose, we will discuss separately. This chart is used for the analysis. So it's like um, at what basis we are going to purchase. So okay, which stock? So this is the kind of a pricing. Okay, they are here. We are going to look about the pricing and taking the decision. For trading means you are going to actually purchase it. So depending, you can trade it using your trading account, that is your Zerodha or Upstock or any other account. NSC chart we are using for analysis purpose only. Yes. Hope I am able to answer the question. Okay. So uh, so here I have selected Wipro, and by default it is displaying the 15-minute chart. Okay. So to know the history of any company, maybe you can look into the chart in a highest possible time frame, and that is monthly, which is available. And okay, so this is the chart. So you can keep your mouse pointer anywhere on the screen, and once you scroll your you know the mouse roller up and down, it will, based on that, it will zoom in and zoom out. Another way is, you can also, the right hand side, if you look at, this is the price is displayed for this particular stock. Right hand side, the vertical one, it is displays the price, and the horizontal bottom one, it displays the time. So any chart has is represented in two-dimensional view, where one dimension is the time and another dimension is their price. Okay. Um, there are some additional data, okay, that is getting displayed for various reason. As of now, we don't need those data. So I will just click anywhere in the window, right click, and do hide marks on bar. So sometime what's happened that, okay, there is some news happening, some events happening, or even investing.com also suggests some tips and tools which we don't need for our analysis, because we are going to learn the analysis our own way from the scratch. So we don't need here any tips, any auto tips, even from investing.com. We are just going to use the chart available on this site. Okay. So I have just, you selected the monthly here from the top. If you look at the here, I've selected Wipro Limited, and next to that there are 5, 15, 1 hour, 1 day, so on and so forth. And at the end there is a drop down. Okay, so in that drop down you can select the time frame from 1 minute to 1 month. Okay, which time frame to select? Okay, we will learn going further, depending on what kind of trader or investor we are. So I was discussing some of the session previously, that uh, one could be a daily trader who is entering into the market on daily basis and executing it by end of the day, or after maybe a few hours to, even sometime few minutes also. And there are some positional long-term traders or investor, I can say, who enters market maybe for today and they exit after a year, 2 year, 5 year, or sometime 10 years also. So depending on who you are, you select the time frame and do the analysis. As of now, I'm just showing you that, okay, this is the place where you can select the time frame. So once you have selected the time frame, it will give you the entire history of this chart. Uh, Next, what we learned, maybe we have learned the support and resistance. So we'll try plotting support and resistance. So if you look at, this is the entire history of this Wipro stock or the script. And if you look at the uh, first one, okay, first one has some cross, dot, arrow, and eraser. Maybe someone has draw the line on my chart. That's okay. Um, Maybe I cannot erase it. That's okay. So, uh, so there are these kind of, tools are there. Depending on our need, we can able to use it. As of now, I'm going to show you how to put the trend line. Okay. So there are various trend line you can see. The slanting trend line, horizontal one, horizontal day, and so on and so forth. So mostly for a horizontal trend line, I'm just selecting this one. So whenever I select this one, I click on that option and go there. And as of now, we can see the top, the highest point of this stock is here. So I will just move my pointer at there and just click it. Okay. As soon as I click it, my selected horizontal um, trend line will be displayed on the chart. Okay, and as soon as it is displayed, it will be selected also by default. And a new tooltip will get auto populated here. And the first one, if you select the first one based on your need or your choice, you can change the color of this trend line. So mostly for the topmost, I prefer blue. It is easy for me to understand because at the top there is a sky, and sky is normally blue. So normally I put the topmost trend line or the resistance line as a blue. Okay, and any support line I use a red color. Okay, and I mean you are free to use your own color based on your choice. So here, if I can see that Wipro is taking a support maybe somewhere 309 or so. Uh, no, it's not 309. I think 36660. So I will just put this one support line and change the color maybe a red. Okay, so depending on my need, I can put n number of support line and trend line. At the same time, if every time I don't want to select from here from the toolbar, I can select the trend line which I have already drawn on the chart. I will copy. I will select the chart. When it is selected, you can see that a white circle is already displayed here, and I can do my from my keyboard Control C, Control V. So typically the copy paste that we do, same copy paste is also possible in on the investing.com chart as well. Okay, once I do a copy paste, my one more trend line will be available for me. I can select here wherever there is a white dot, and I can move it to up and down and place it accordingly. So this is why I'm placing it here, because I see that okay, this is the point where the pro chart has taken the resistance, and that is the reason I'm just pasting it here. Okay, if I need some more trend line, the horizontal one, I'll just copy and paste one more time and maybe place it here. This is the another place where um, this chart has took a resistance and returned back. Okay, so I can put n number of support and resistance depending on my need. Okay, hope I'm clear till this point. If anybody has any question, any confusion, feel free to unmute yourself or put your question in the chat box. I will be happy to clarify that. Okay, fair enough. So, so there could be a
Sachin, why does the chart of Wipro, what I see on my screen and the way it looks in on your screen is very different?
because you at your screen look at the chart which time frame is selected. So as of now, I am looking at a monthly chart where I can able to see the entire history of this stock since it is listed into the stock market somewhere in 1994 or so. So if you look at if you look at first where
Okay,
Wipro is
I
there,
get it. Right. I got it. Now, if I looked at monthly, then it looks like what you
yes, thanks. Any other question?
have.
See, yeah,
And I had to select technical chart, right?
uh, e- technique. I mean, by default, this will be the okay. So, if because of any so another one, it may happen that uh, it is displaying the line chart. So, if you look at after the time frame, there is a one more option called candles, and
Yeah,
after that,
I actually use that, yes.
uh, there is a chart area. So basically, for the analysis purpose, we should be displaying the candles only. If the
Yeah.
because of something else is selected, is not displaying the chart, make sure that candles are candle options is selected here. Okay, so this is the one simple way to put your support line or resistance line. Okay, and this is a horizontal one. And the option is suppose I mean it will this I mean it will this if you use this option basically it is called horizontal line. it displays the infinite infinite length of horizontal trend line, like left and right. Because of some other reason, if you don't want to use infinite line, we can use horizontal ray. So horizontal ray means we can select, and wherever we can click on the chart, it will display only from that place to the right hand side till price line. Okay, so depending on when we'll be using which one, again we will learn in future. But I'm just at this point of time, I'm just telling you this option is also available. Okay, next one which is frequently used is the trend line. Okay, that is a slanting one. So I have selected the first option. Okay, and then for example, I need to put a slanting trend line. Okay, and which one that for any trend line, the support or resistance, we always try to touch the maximum number of points possible. Okay, so in this stock, if I see, there could be two possibility here. Sorry. So I can just, if I need to resize or move, I will just select any, just click left and left side mouse any place in this chart, and then my pointer will become like hand grip, and I can able to move my chart left, right, top and bottom. Okay, and that is why. And then again, I use my scroll button in my mouse to zoom in and zoom out. Okay, and the best option to display any chart, which is kind of a best possible view, is if you look at the right hand corner, bottom corner, there is a button called auto. Okay, so you can resize first, put your chart the way you want, and click on auto. So if you click on auto, the chart will be automatically display on your screen in an optimal way. Because sometime, like by looking some candles, we may zoom in so much. Okay, so what will happen that, okay, if the candle might looking differently than what it actually is. Okay, so here I do lot of zoom one. I mean, you can do uh zoom in as much as possible. No, I think this is the maximum possibility zoom in when I select monthly one. So here you can see there are two beautiful hammers. Again, we are going to learn when we do the more practice. But main thing I'm just telling you that how to zoom in, zoom out by using your mouse left click, by the scrolling up and down to the price chart, and with the mouse scroll button. Okay, and then I was just about to show you how to put a slanting trend line. So here option is just a trend line. If I click it, and I can click at one point anywhere. Okay, and depending on my need, I can click the other point by joining the maximum number of points. That is how we should be putting the support line. Okay, or in general trend line. So after clicking two places in the chart, it will display. Okay, and display, and then by clicking on the tip endpoints, we can able to resize, we can able to maximize, minimize based on our requirement. Okay, and again similarly, we can change the color. At the same time, we can also change the thickness of the line as well. Okay, if for example, for any region, if you wanted to change the thickness, or sometime look and feel, if you like, dotted one, you can also choose the same. Even you want to choose the arrow one. But I think all those features practically not needed. A maximum you can choose the thickness and leave the rest as it is. Okay. uh yeah, so here, as I said, depending on your need, you can increase or decrease the length of the trend line. Okay. Another one is I was just deleting it. You can just select the this trend line and click on a hit on delete button, it will delete. Simply we delete any object or any letters on the Word or Excel sheet. It will do the same. Yeah. Another one is that is mostly used. I'm just showing is here which is the most one used. Remaining as we progress, I will keep on showing. So the ray or arrow. Uh, okay. So let us see the arrow. What arrow does is once you select maybe one point and the other points, I mean it will. Okay, I have not clicked the second. I just click one and it will give me the infinite length of trend line, which is ending at now right hand side. Uh, it is touching towards the price line. And when I do the second click, I will get a second pointer. So in the I mean the previous one, it is not going till the price point. But when I select the ray one, it will also automatically touch the price points. Basically the vertical axis. And again, you can change the color, etc. Okay. So this is about trend line. Few more things. Yeah. So vertical line normally we don't use. Whenever needed, I will show you when to use. Uh, yeah. Otherwise, I think these are the frequently used one from the trend line perspective. Then we will see some option from uh, next next list, which is no, this one. So there are many this kind the tools which we will not be using as part of this level one. I think one or two indicator will be using. I will be covering maybe a next concept session. So there I will show you how to use them. Okay. So there are some more kind of shapes you can see. So there is one called ellipsis. So this one you can use for highlighting any point. So I just selected this ellipse, and then whatever the point you wanted to highlight, you need to click 2 times. So for example, I'm just clicking in the free space. So I click here one, and I just move my mouse below. Okay. They may be some at angle, and I click second time. After I click 2 times, then I need to move my mouse little bit, left or right or up and down. So depending on how much mouse I will move left side or right side, it will give the body of the ellipse. And then I can still maybe hover my mouse, and then if it is when it is display the uh, finger, when the mouse pointer change to the finger icon, that point of time I can select again and place it wherever I want to place it. Okay, so this one is used to highlight any specific point on the chart. And again, once it is selected, some additional tool option will get auto populated, and depending on your requirement, you can choose the outer line, you can use the color to fill it, and there are some more options to choose the thickness and so on so forth. Okay. um, so this ellipse we can normally we use maybe if once we get some assignment, suppose we need to highlight some particular type of candle. So I just change. Okay, let us be on the monthly chart itself. So suppose maybe there we need to highlight hammer. Okay, so I'll just zoom in with a scroll using my mouse scroller, and um, the price, the vertical bar. And once I zoom in, I go to this again toolbar, select uh, the ellipse, and then as I said, you can click on one point on top, one point on bottom, because we need to highlight this particular candle. 2 clicks and move my pointer left or right. Okay. There is Let me try once more. Right. Yeah. So after 2 clicks, if I move my mouse left and right, it will make the body of that ellipse. Okay, so that is how you can use this particular tool to highlight a candle or set of candle. Maybe under here you can see there is the bearish candlestick pattern. So again, if you want, I will just show you once again. I'm just choosing here ellipse. Once you choose here, it will be highlighted in a light blue color. Remaining will be a gray color. So if I because I need to highlight these two, so maybe I will be clicking 2 points middle of these two candles, or maybe in a little bit slanting way. And once I do that, and I will move my mouse a little bit left or right, it will make the body of that particular ellipse, and we should be able to highlight that one. Okay, so there is a few more steps. There is a you can use the rectangular highlight or the the square shape or rectangle shape. It will be again the same. You can click any one depending on your choice, and just click 2 pointers and move your mouse left and right. It will create a rectangle or a square for you, and you can again use the same thing to move your rectangle left and right and place it wherever you want based on the need. Okay. Yeah, so next quick feature I like to show here is, so whatever the analysis of the chart, suppose you are doing based on your need, okay, you can able to save this chart in this your account as well. So for example, I do the analysis today and tomorrow I wanted to do something further, right? So I mean, I should be um, getting my analysis which I have done yesterday to use same thing today to do the further thing or to refer. So there is an option here. I can able to save, or you all can able to save by this option. So if you say the right hand side top corner, there are two uh, cloud kind of image or icons are there. One is having the row which is hello, and other cloud is having a kind of arrow which is upside. So if we wanted to save any of the chart which we have performed the analysis, and if you click on this icon, the cloud one with up arrow, it will automatically popular this window. Okay, based on your choice, you can give the name. So I will give maybe Wipro, okay, underscore some, maybe monthly. You can choose the name, and I will do the save button. Okay, so this particular chart with all these analysis, support line, trend line, or any other highlight, it will be automatically saved for you. And tomorrow, once if you are again, maybe let us select any other stock. For example, I'm selecting ICICI Bank. So I typed here ICICI, and if you look at here ICICI Bank Limited NSC, okay, NSC is my favorite one. I select here ICICI. Okay, so here you need to check one more thing. Either you should be knowing that one, otherwise there for each and every company there is a small shorter form for the search is also available. So sometimes suppose you wanted to know what is the name of your favorite stock. Okay, it could be anything. For example, maybe Piramal Chemicals. Okay, and we don't know what is the exact one. So you can also go to the Google and type the company's name and cite what is the NSC name for that particular company. So Google will tell you the smaller abbreviation. You can just provide those small abbreviation here, and you should be able to easily find out those charts. So I selected ICICI Bank, and because last when we were analyzing the Wipro one, that time we have selected the monthly time frame. So based on that, automatically it will this select the monthly time frame. Okay, and suppose we are doing some analysis on this one. I'm just doing something. I'm putting some uh, resistance line and maybe some more resistance line, copy and pasting, maybe keeping some some support line at the bottom here, considering this point. And so here I need to save the ICICI bank. Okay. But if at this point, because I have just selected saved the first one, if I just click on this icon, it will replace the previous one. So what I need to do, okay, so I have selected I have saved only one, that is a Wipro chart. Then next, by default, it will display Wipro unless and until I save a new chart with the new name. To do that, there is a small drop down icon here and the corner, which is just, got auto populated. I will just click on that drop down. And here, if you look at, there is a three options: save chart layout, save as, or rename. So because I need to save the ICICI chart, so I will do a click on save as, and I will provide maybe ICICI bank and do click on save button. So far we have saved Wipro and ICICI. So maybe again, because of some reason, we are doing the analysis of ICICI, doing the trading in the trading account, and again coming back maybe today or tomorrow or whenever you want to look into the Wipro one, whatever you have done. So now use the other icon, which is again the cloud icon with the arrow downwards. If you click on this icon, so whatever the chart that you have saved, all the chart will be displayed here. So I have saved many chart, I think, based on my couple of years of trading. Okay, so it will be more than 100 of chart, but these are the two chart we just saved: ICICI Bank and Wipro. So if you wanted to use the Wipro one from my saved list, I can select Wipro. Okay, and close this chart layout option, and it will populate the saved chart which we have analyzed just few minutes back, and it is ready for use. Now again, you can do further analysis whatever you want. You can add, delete additional um, you know support line, trend line, indicator, by the way, we are going to learn in the upcoming sessions. And then, because now we have done the changes in the Wipro chart, so we don't need to do the save as one more time with any other name. We can directly hit on this cloud with up arrow, and my previous data will be replaced by new data for the same screen. Okay, so this is how we can save. We can do the analysis on any chart, and we can save it for future references. So I'm having a sip of water. Meanwhile, if anybody has any question, please unmute yourself and ask. Or even you can put your question into the chat box if because of any reason we are not able to unmute yourself. Okay. Okay, looks like all good for now. Yeah. So there's one more very useful feature. So maybe I will be sharing some of the homework for you to to perform on the chart, maybe highlighting of the candles, support, resistance, and so on and so forth. So, and maybe I'll be requesting all to post your assignment on into the WhatsApp group. So to do that, you have two options. Either you can use the inbuilt window feature of snipping tool, or you can, what you can do directly here, you can icon of the camera icon. So if you click on, if whatever the area the chart is displaying along with your analysis, etc., it will automatically capture the snapshot, okay, along with the URL. Okay, and if you wanted to share, maybe you can select maybe Word document or whatever you need, and then I can directly click on, paste it on into the WhatsApp also if your WhatsApp has been open. So here it will show, by default, it is showing the link of that. I believe it should be also showing directly the image. Okay, yes. So link symbol to all chart, link inverted, trend, trick time. So I believe depending on our selection, it should either it will take the URL. See, as of now, it is taking the image URL, not the image as such. Okay. So I mean, mostly, I mean, I generally don't use that. So other ways, maybe you can go to your Windows snipper tool here and maybe just do this selection of your window, whatever you want to share, and like this. And once it is selected, you can paste it on a maybe Word document or directly to the WhatsApp. So it will, this way you should be able to share your analysis or the results of your analysis. Okay. What are the other things? So meanwhile, if anybody has any question, feel free to ask. And whatever I'm just showing, it is a very, very, basic one, which is to start with. And depending on your, your requirement, your appetite, you can play with that. But as of now, I think it is not required. As and when we progress further, I will let you know that, okay, what are the other tools or features is useful, and I mean, and accordingly you can use, because there are n number of features, kind of like we have a mobile phone, Samsung, iPhone, or any other phone, and mostly maybe there are thousands of features, but maybe some 50, or if you are a very massive user of any those devices, only limited features we are very, very useful in our day-to-day life. So similarly on this investing.com or site also, there are hundreds of features, but most frequently used feature maybe 20 or 30 only, not all the features. So you don't need to worry about all the features. As and when required, I will keep on sharing how to use which one. So as of now, uh, how to put the support line, that's the second option. Okay, these are the things, I mean, whatever I just shown you, those things are useful. And from the third option, how to highlight, uh, using the ellipse or rectangle or the uh, square. There is one more thing, if you wanted to add some text. Okay, so from the fourth from the top, no, sorry, fifth option from the top, if you, there is a T, if you select that one, and there is an option, first option is called text. If you select that and click anywhere in the screen, it will display a text box. Okay, so whatever you wanted to write, this is my first chart, and just click OK. The same text will get displayed here. If you wanted to change the color, you can select the same text by double clicking on it, and it will again auto populate this kind of uh, box where you have options to change the color, change the font type. I mean, only few options are there, uh, and so on and so forth. And you can click, and okay, and it will be displayed on your screen. And if you wanted to move this particular text, you can hover your mouse over the text. Your pointer will be converted to the finger icon, and you can just click on left hand side of your mouse pointer and place wherever you wanted to place it on the screen. Right. So this is the another feature that we will be using whenever we need to. On this one, there is nothing else that we need as of now. Yes, there's one more thing. So if you move your mouse in the middle bottom of the screen, so again, I hope you can able to see it. There's a very light gray color. There are 5 icons. Here, this the first one is, I mean, if you click here, it will move your chart to the right hand side, the leftmost one, the opposite leftmost, left hand side, and then the second from the left, there is a minus icon. That is, it will, by clicking it, it will do the zoom in, and then the right, sorry, zoom out, and right hand side clicking it will do a zoom out. And there is a middle one, it will just do, maybe I think, use for the undo. So mostly I don't use this one. I mostly use my mouse scroll button, and the left click and movement like this. But that is the also an option. If you like it, you can use it. Okay. uh yeah. If you look at here, the I mean, depending on the market, it is saying here the market close. Okay, so this is we, because we have selected the Indian equity stock of the Indian equity market, and that timing is from 9:15 in the morning to 3:30. That is the market time. It is 22:26. So international market is open, and I can able to show you one live chart. For example, silver, one of the my favorites. So if you here look at, this is the silver, it is called silver futures. And here, if you look at commodity ICE, ICE stand for International Continental Exchange. Yes, I think based of my memory, yes, this is the meaning. So this is basically the international chart, and I mean that I mean, as per the India market, um, we do trading based on this one. Okay. So we normally we perform analysis on the international chart. However, to take the trade, because here the price value will be displayed in dollar, and we do trading in India in Indian rupees. So analysis wise, we will be doing in the international market to predict the future movement of this particular script. And this is not the stock. This is the commodity. It's called commodity, and the commodity is a silver. And the silver trading is only possible in future and option, which we are going to learn in level 2. Level 2 of the, I mean, our learning journey. But I was just trying to show you that, okay, this market is still on, because here if you saw, there is nothing displayed. If the market is closed, it will say, it will show market is closed. And why I'm saying market is on, if I select the lower time frame, and if I can able to show you maybe some price movement, let me go to the even lower time frame. So I mean, price movement is not with here. You can see the price movement happening 24.05552 and so on and so forth, because this is international market. This is still on, and in Indian market also. So that for Indian market to do the trading in commodities, the exchange is called MCX. Okay, MCX is stand for multi commodities exchange. So where we can trade in silver, gold, cotton, and few more. Maybe I think wheat is recently added, but I'm not sure. But mostly uh, we do trading. I mean, I sometimes do in a silver and gold. Gold. Okay. The another reason is because I'm a full-time professional, and I get time after my office hours. So then only sometime I do a trading. Otherwise, daytime it is very difficult to get the time for commodities. So that is the reason commodity is one of my favorite script. Okay. Yes, so this is what I think at large I thought of covering today, to have to show you a maybe a healthy introduction of this site. Okay, and I hope based on the today's demo about this site, you should be at least able to start, you know, scrolling your mouse, holding your mouse here and there, and then trying, be familiar. Okay, so it is like it is For me, after some time, it will be like using your maybe I can say WhatsApp or Facebook. But the only thing is, you need to have. I mean, you should be using this chart on desktop or laptop only. And on the mobile phone, all these indicators are practically not possible. So whenever you need to do the analysis, use your laptop or desktop, do the analysis. However, there is a app is also available in I mean at your mobile, either iOS and Android, both the apps are available. So once you are familiar with the chart analysis, sometime if we just wanted to see the price, how the price movement happening based on your need, and you can open those mobile apps and able to see that. Okay, but I mean but it is for analysis purpose, I would recommend to use a desktop application on. So yes, we have almost consumed our time for allocated time for today. Maybe I'll take up some question if there is any. Maybe you can raise your hand and then I can unmute you, and then you should able to ask a question. Any question from anyone? Feel free to ask. Yes, so I can see, yes, Mr. Uday, you can ask your question, please.
So thanks for the introduction of this website. So I'm just thinking, so what is the inferences that we will be deriving based on this analysis? I'm just trying to understand that.
Okay, so based on our analysis, there the inferences is going to be largely only two, and then that inferences are is market is going to go up or down. That is a primary reason. Third reason could be it is going to be a sideways. Okay, so whatever the analysis that we are doing, or we are learning to do, it is for predicting the next move of the market. And I mean, okay, maybe because you have asked the question, so I just wanted to share with you. So out of this is again, I was mentioning yesterday that we are having a 4 levels, right? So as of now, we are at the okay, let me show you once again. So here are 4 levels of the learning. Okay, so right now we are under SISM, that is I named it secret ingredients of a stock market, which is the learning about the main key ingredients, that is the candlestick patterns, support and resistance. Okay, so because whatever we are going to do, we are going to do our analysis on the charts only. How the chart is getting formed? It is getting formed by the candles. So if I take the real life analogy, sometimes we say that this company is good, that company is not good. Okay, maybe take any XYZ company. Company is not a company. Company is made by the people. So once it is a people who makes the company great, or you know, uh, or something else, right? So if we know the individual people, similarly, if you know the individual candle, we can know that okay, what is going to be next, depending on their candles behavior, and the after next one how many candles behave. Okay, because in a social environment also, as an individual, we behave in a way. In a maybe a group of 2 to 3 people, we behave differently. In a group of 10 people, we behave differently. In a group of 100 or 1,000 people, we behave different. So candles are nothing but a representation of the human behavior, or I can say human psychology. Okay, so our journey started with learning the individual candles first. Then we are going to learn the set of candles, more than one candle formation. After that, we are going to learn the the formation of the chart by using maybe 100 or 50 or maybe hundreds of candles. Okay, like a crowd we are going to learn. What is the crowd? I mean, for example, maybe individual, when you are discussing the individual people, they might be having a certain opinion about particular, let's say, just for example purpose, I'm just taking the example for the party, right? But it is a crowd who decides that, okay, whose government is going to be in the power. Similarly, once you move to the further level, we from candles to the mass crowd we are going to move, right? So it is very important to learn the individual candle. And this, to answer your question in a maybe two lines, the main purpose is to predict the next move of the market. And that is the primary reason of doing all the analysis which we are going to learn in next couple of months. And we are at level 1 of the entire journey. Okay, and maybe I'll just, if I can, I will show you once again. This is the entire graduation, I can say, sorry. Yeah, so this is the entire course. You can say the course of your equivalent to your course of your graduation, BTech or BSc or whatever your graduation is. So this is the graduation course for stock market, and we are in first year. We have just completed 1 unit of the first year. So this is the long journey, right? And because we are, whatever we are learning, it is going to be used for lifetime till the no you want to be there in the stock market, no matter. Okay, so how long the same concept is being used. I mean, there are many things we learn out of our educational journey. Many, there are maybe, I'm not sure how much percentage we really use. I mean, okay, as it is, we use studies many things, but we use certain things only. So yeah, so the primary purpose is to predict the market move, and this is the entire journey. And out of the entire journey, this is the snapshot of the first year course, that is level 1, where we have completed about some market orientation, concept session 1 and 2. And today we have just learned that how to introductory session of how to use investing.com. There are at least 8 concept sessions are there, along with some practices to complete the first year of the graduation of into the stock market. And after the graduation is completed, there will be a project is how to use all the learnings in directly into the chart, and let's see how much we are able to predict into the real life scenario, okay, by applying all those learnings into the chart, right? And so depending on your need, I would be more than happy to conduct a full revision 1, part 1, part 2. Then we are going to use the application, and after the application, again, depending on individual's need, there will be a revision session I have planned, or doubt clearing session. So okay, so these are the complete one first year, and after completion of the first year, you should able to start taking the trade, okay, with the these learnings. So as we move further, it will give you more edge. So I can say after this one, maybe you should able to know how to walk into the stock market. Maybe after level 2, maybe it will be a cycling. Level 3, it will be driving a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, and level 4, it is that very advanced level. So there it will you will have a maximum advantage, right? And beyond that, I mean, if needed, if you are there with us, whatever the ongoing learning, as I mentioned that, okay, I'm in the process of learning the automated trading, and a few more setups which I have developed based on my experience on the maybe learning from the international coaches. So those setups I will share after we complete the entire 4 level of graduations. Hope I'm able to answer your question.
Sure, definitely. Thanks, Sachin. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. We have suited the time, but I'm fine. If anybody has any additional question, I'm happy to answer.
Sachin,
Yes,
I had a question.
yeah, go ahead.
So, do all these sites they give the same data?
There is a echo, so if you are using a two device, can you mute one device, please?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
huh,
So, can you hear me now?
yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, I'm asking that all the sites that we use investing